Fuck, I forgot to get bloody up. Give me a moment. There we go. Right, what are we doing today? Well, it's pretty obvious. We are finally landing on the fucking... I did not mean to select that. What even is this? Is it a thruster? No, it's a fucking... It's just a random fucking detacher. Okay. Holy shit, the devs of this game decided to make a fucking Discord a couple of years ago. Intercept? More like deception. Oh, voice. No, just let me. This is a craft I did just for a couple of missions. Let me just save this quickly. And I saved over this ship I was going to use. Bastard! Okay. Fort Horus Trochet. Why not? What did I even unlock last time? Menu and the... Oh yes, the thrusters. Well, that's true, I need to start off at the top. Actually, no, we're going to do two unpods, just so I don't have to worry about bloody nonsense of people fucking thing. just to be on the safe side. Right. Oh well, it won't matter once we've got on the rest of the stuff. Don't bother with landing gear. No, this isn't going to be a lander. That's going to be the next flight. Perfect. This is going to either A, go perfectly, or B, fail miserably. You decide. Just for a bit more fuel efficiency. Excuse me. Menus. And launch. Let's just advise how we replicate these. Because look, they're slightly pushing inward. Wasting some fuel. We're definitely going to be consuming escape velocity. No, not that direction. Why did we start spinning? I just wanted to go to the right. For fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake, we've immediately got to start over. Right, let's add some bloody fins to it. Seriously, why did we start veering? There's no reason for that. Also, I noticed something whilst I was doing a couple tourist runs off camera yesterday. Since these winglets, the wings that I've just put on, since they articulate, if your ship has just a tiny amount of rubble, your ship will start to just. So it's best to have these SAS off during acceleration. It's fine if they aren't directly connected to this, I think, but if they're connected to these, they will try to overcompensate and just cause you to lose control. Let's just wait until we get a bit closer to the aposis now. Altitude. Will just go out be enough? No, I think we might just get to go into Posis. Enough. If it isn't, we should still have enough fuel to get back. Fuel them back. there be good. Okay, that one's out. The other side of the planet. Damn it. Bacon. Perhaps I wasn't. No, I'm fucking trying to change the time. Hey, that scared the living shite out of me. Finally decided I couldn't bloody hit the time. Eek. Was there to the moon for this? Yeah. Why did I do that one? Oh, come on, the battery's just slightly on top of it. Are you taking the piss? What if you do the crew report? No, it's no better. You do the EVA then. Yes. Right then, do I want to get into orbit of the moon? Fly by the moon, gather scientific data from the moon, return to Kerbin from a flyby of the moon. So what the fuck do you want me to do? Do you want me to land on the bastard? Or do you want me to fucking go near it? Do I want to risk getting into orbit of it? No, I don't. I just prayed it as a repeat of last stream. Please, Moon, don't fuck with me. There we go, that should do it. No, stop. Focus on the fucking moon. Oh, hang on. Do this. That would have been embarrassing. I think I put enough parachutes on the thing. Why would the lag then of all times game? And here we go. Until that explodes. Why though? You? You just left orbit. Excuse me. We have at least 100 worth of scientific data, which is quite nice. Oh no, he just wanted me to bloody actually retrieve it. For some reason I was expecting that to be achieved just by eventually getting the data. Make your bets to where we're going to land. Oh, I nearly caused us to bloody enter the hyperspeed death mode then. That would have been embarrassing. Once that finishes, I'm going to start making work on that project I started yesterday. Which I forgot to save, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try and start making my own VTuber avatar now. I just looked at a project I started ages ago. I forgot to. Right to bed. No crashes so far, and don't worry, I'm not going to cut the fucking things this time. Shoot. What I am going to do, however, is just entertain myself a little bit with the parachute. Whee! Fly high, let me go. I will sing. What's that? Wasn't the lander, or the pod, sorry. Wee. Most precarious situation.
E said I came back to Key Ghost riding the whip.
Very impressive. Also, note to self, have the fucking pilot in the rear.
E said remember last campaign when you forgot to deploy the parachutes and your rocket exploded?
No, but that's probably just because I was probably trying to repress that embarrassing memory.
E said so you just had your pilot returned but no science.
Oh, yes, now I recall. Okay, laddie, you've had enough fun.
E said here cause the science exploded.
Obadiah, please just get in. One of you are ladder that thing can't be saved at this point. Leaving now will set back to the last save. The last save was one day. What? How much sense did we get? Also, pardon me for a moment, I really need to get some bloody tissue for my nose, but first, let's... Okay, so I'm gonna cover the thing. There we go, that's much better. sorry about that. I've got fucking sniffles again. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I didn't think to bloody turn off the microphone. Sorry. Well, first mission successful. And that deserves a blanket over my body because I'm cold and a nice sip of coffee. Right, did my money double then? Because I'll be able to upgrade one of the facilities as well. Okay then, for a nanosecond we were playing fucking Waterworld. Collect surface samples, is that good, Fred? Would it be better for... to upgrade one of these other buildings? Yeah, that would be prohibitively expensive though. To be honest, I feel like I should go for these two, definitely. That would leave me for one more. Oh yes, despite all of the downside of it, it's perfectly safe. If I get this one, I've got options for engines. These two I have more control. I definitely think I can get this one, honest. This. Okay, we're gonna go for these three. Am I going to regret this decision? Probably.
E said electronics gives you the accelerometer, I think, which is good surface science.
No, doesn't look like it. The fuck? Oh, they're stations.
E said, or maybe it's the other one. Miniaturization.
The EVA kit, you mean? Hello, Bubby's Adventure. How are you today? Trying to land on the moon at the moment. And it's not going on too well.
Said the stupid yellow thing that measures earthquakes. E said in one of the bottom nodes.
I don't think I saw that. Right, let's go around. That's why Bob is in the top pawn, actually able to leave. And Jebediah is just driving the damn thing. This time on Jeb does this. Back to the old days of the internet when censorship wasn't a problem. Actually, do I want to go for a larger engine this time? Okay. Now then, where are the connectors? Okay. I'm mad. Not sure there is.
E said also a reminder, if you store the science you don't have to hold back the entire materials bay.
Yeah, I know.
So you can leave it on the descent stage.
Harness Frost. Like the fact it's two of the fuckers. Variable thrusters onto the pod.
E said, yeah, I like to use that engine alert on my interstage.
If I had the larger one. so stupid. That's going to look even worse once we actually launch.
E said ISP in vacuum is the number that's good efficiency for in-orbit navigation in transfer.
You. Yeah. Take your bets on how badly this is going to wobble. Oh, not on these ones. Maybe they were.
E said that might not be a great engine for first stage though. The Skipper is less efficient but has a better thrust to weight in atmosphere.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
E said unless you're planning on mostly using the boosters only.
Well, ideally we'll have all of the fuel for the orbital stage, but knowing my bloody calculations, I've already fucking floundered 80 times. Oh, bollocks! Need to upgrade. Yeah, save it and continue. I guess I know where that fucking money's going.
E said yeah, the Poodle has very tiny thrust, it wouldn't be able to lift you if you're in Kerbal gravity. E said boy too tall.
They thought, maybe think I misread the fucking thing then. Well, but it's not falling over at least. That's not what direction wants to do. In this direction. I just saw the blue one of things.
E said wobbly wobbly.
Oh, fuck all. Okay, no, I should have gone for the Poodle. Because that one's a bit more efficient. In orbit. Right. Oh, for fuck's sake, that floundering I did at the beginning is going to fuck me up royally.
E said yeah, now it's a question as to if the Poodle can accelerate you up to orbital speed fast enough.
Or again. Don't you think I should have bloody added some thrusters to the other side? Oh yeah, we've got loads of bloody monopropellant.
Said you honestly might want to just start accelerating now instead of waiting for peak, and yeah.
Wait until we're actually bloody handled correctly first.
Said look at that efficiency though, at bottom left the blue text, 3000 is a good amount of delta V.
120 seconds at full tilt.
Said poor lifting performance but good off your range.
I think now. Or at oppose this again. Oh, I just realised I've been pronouncing it wrong. Apopsis. Apoesis? Apoe? Okay, apo.
Said there was a really good and useful map that said how much delta V different planets need to orbit and transfer between. He said but I couldn't seem to find it again.
Oh dear. Going to do one last pass around the moon to hopefully get low orbit science. And then we'll hopefully have the necessary stuff to justify landing on it. Namely, the bloody shroud, so I can actually build a decent fucking lander.
Said apparently some weirdos call it apogee and perigee, I don't know.
Well, apo sounds less flippin' annoying and just get quick to say. Yeah, we're in orbit. We get some precepts, that way we can make better use of the Biosis. Oh, for fuck's sake.
He said yeah, shorthand I guess.
What do you want to do at this side, right, Fred? Almost perfect to it. A nice recovery. started the thing, I didn't even need the second stage, or third stage rather. Just need it to I've forgotten the bloody term. Intercept range, there we are. Oh, didn't mean to do that, fuck. It was a very interesting loop, yo. There you are, you Ashen Beauty. I wonder if we'll be close enough for the gravity to actually affect us. Probably not. Okay, let's see if I can get into an orbit around the moon. And on Earth to try. Cool. Okay, maybe it can hurt to try. Oh well, we'll still get the low orbit stuff, which is good. I don't know what you want to say this time. Close enough for it to be classed as the moon? Here we are. Yep. Ooh, an entire new research almost. Oh, hang on, did I manage to go off the... Oh no, just about managed to able to interact with it. Well, that was dumb of me. I've now gone and robbed myself of 3 separate researchers. Oops. Oh, well, there's nothing else we can really do at the moment, so away we go. We get to the Apo again, and we just burn.
E said, slurping up the science with a big straw.
We'll get the temperature and everything else. The bloody landing, I suppose. Need to remember to do it. Oh, wait a moment. Speaking of remembering, door, if you please. Was that enough fuel to? You know, I really did not need this third stage when I looked at it. Wasted bloody money with it. Oh well. Well, you know, I should probably get it. Nice and easy angle. Okay. Landing procedure beginning.
E said, I don't precisely recall, but I think you can get EVA reports while in orbit over different Mon biomes.
That would be cool. Doesn't really matter though, because we're going to be going right on to the planet next. Or satellite, sorry. What I'm going to attempt here is the what I'm going to attempt here is a bloody Starlight landing. Starlight? Fucking name of the ship? Star Dragon. That's not it either. I don't know what the name of it is. Gosh, dang it.
Said, I know one of the orbital science types. In addition to the gravity survey, you can get multiple different ones in orbit.
Yeah, I wasted that fuel for no reason.
E said, A Song of Spaceships and Fire, by Jeb R. Martin.
I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. The only thing I can really think of is those flask units that Pop Fizz can create in bloody Skylanders. Emotion of the potion!
E said, what is this unhinged ost from? It feels like a Cult of the Lamb or something.
You got
But
it
you
right on the name,
right.
the nail vid. You fucking nailed it.
He said, I think that's called an Erlenmeyer flask.
Fuck's sake.
He said it's the stereotypical beaker of bubbling chemicals in a lab you see in all cartoons.
Yeah. I just went with what I went with because it was just a bit more, just a little bit less obvious.
He said, I forget what the round one is called, ironically enough.
That is a boiling flask, I think. The only reason I even remember is because the bloody image of one of the scenes from Breaking Bad popped into my head. That's probably not its actual name, but that's what it's used for. If memory serves, the triangular flask is a conal flask, is a titration one? I don't fucking know. I look like I am a scientist. Shit! Deploy your chutes! Why isn't space parachutes?
Said Jesse, we gotta cook. Just 20 more moon rocks, then we're out.
Oh yeah, can't you take some? Oh no, you can't. For a moment I thought I'd upgraded the science lab.
He said titration flask, oh yeah, the big upside down teardrop shaped one. He said Walter White in his RV on the moon.
Dive, dive, dive! Have you got anything special to say about the water? Also, once we're done with this landing, I'm going to show off the plane I tried making yesterday. For a moment, I thought the fucking walking animation started playing then. That's going to take you ages now, isn't it?
He said swimming. He said, dude, where's my car?
The only reason I even find that funny is because it reminds me of Tear of Grace's bloody thing where he used that soundbite. Is that from Breaking Bad or is it from something else? I genuinely don't know. About to land, I think. What? What? Huh?
He said, Key, where is the science?
What? The parachutes were...
He said that missile is locked on the giant's current position. He said, where's the giant Mansley?
Did I just get robbed of fucking Gemini?
said I think you might have forgotten something important.
I didn't forget to turn the fucking parachutes on. They were active before we even left the fucking thing! Why the fuck did the fucking landing get lost? You fucking kidding me? All of that science and
Said, "Oh God,
Jebediah
we
are
lost
dead for no
Jebediah.
fucking reason.
You left him in the ocean and fucked off."
I didn't leave him in the fucking ocean. I left him fucking bloody landing, and then the fucking game just decided, oh no, he crashed. He didn't fucking crash. He splash landed fucking perfectly, and then you fucking decided, hey, fuck you. You left your thing. Go fuck yourself. That is the exact same thing that happened fucking last time. Grand, now I need to do that again and get a new
He
fucking
said when he
tire.
swims to the shore and missions control asks her where the capsule is.
Oh, I don't know, fucking dickhead. Did you not put a tracker on the damn
Said
thing?
capsule.
Fucking
What
saw it.
capsule?
That's exactly what happened fucking last time. I turned on the fucking parachute, but the game decided to crash that damn thing anyway. Good! Now I need to do that again. Ooh, I'm mad.
He said if only there was some sort of way to land the thing while being in it.
If only,
He said or you could just time accelerate instead of recovering the pilot. He said and leaving the capsule.
Yes, but if I do that, I risk the damn thing bugging out anyway and fucking thinking, oh, he's going at 30 miles an hour. Which has happened before. Fuck's sake! Where did I leave? Give me a moment, I need a fucking drink of apple.
He said you can tell I knew exactly what was going to happen because even with the 30-second delay I said. He said where's the science? He said did we leave something important behind?
No, obviously not. Forgot, and that's why I needed to bloody leave the hangar. How much are they? 71,000? For some twat who could barely smash two rocks together? You having a laugh? Right. Carrier engine. Then just something to get it into orbit. Last time I tried this mission, I rage quit from how bloody annoying it was to do. Let's see if we have a repeat time.
He said the elites don't want you to know this, but the Kerbals stranded in orbit are free. said you take them home with you. I have 800 Kerbals.
Oh well, that's the only thing that the actual game's bloody pissed me off so far. That fucking glitch again. I mean, why the fuck's an engineer been put in? I didn't fucking tell you to do that. It's not even the same person we had last time. You just randomly put the wrong person in, you twat. Fucking mugs. Did I really put monopropellant things on and forget to put the actual thrusters on? Oh, for fuck's sake. I have no one to blame but myself. What's the big one? Why is this one? I don't think I need to worry about overcomplicating it. Right. You frozen? Back off, Elsa. I don't need you fucking my game over.
He said one of the last things they added, when they added the paint variants in fact, but you can
My
change them.
fucking eyes!
Said RCS block variants.
Oh, don't tell me we've veered off course again. Why do we keep on veering off bloody course?
He said still in atmosphere, so the wind is pushing you around.
Life of the open road. On the way, he's on the open road. Here today.
He said just to confirm, is the little purple thing definitely locked, if you try clicking it?
Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought
said okay like I thought. Yeah, you can unlock it with only level 1 tracking station, you don't need level 2.
For some reason I thought you were referring to the thing where you right click. Thing, and then can...
He said that Little Doodad has some other tabs as well, for rendezvous, and I think it also has a maneuver node precision tweaking mode.
Right. You just need to try again. Another one. Oh, fucking hell, just punched the bloody table. Not punched.
He said yeah, that thing is good cause it gives you orbit altitude and times without having to look at the map all the time.
Dun, dun, dun.
He said I think it even has a landing mode, but it's not as high-tech as Flight Engineer mod.
Okay, let's hope that keeps us going straight this time. Can't launch just yet because I need that ship to be about here, I think. Oh no. Need my ship to be about here and then that one to be about there. So I think one more go round.
He said oh also vessel switches brackets not arrows. I don't know why I forgot that.
Oh. Definitely didn't have to look at my bloody keyboard to remind myself of where that bloody key is then. Right. Should be able to launch now. You think, Vid?
He said I knew it was one of those.
Now the question is, do I have to kill them relative speed manually, or can I do it or can something do it automatically?
He said oh you're doing the docking thing.
Yep.
He said I had to take a second to figure out what you meant.
Oh, because we've got the bloody fins, we have so much more control. Word. Oh dear. May have cocked up slightly.
Said
Oh,
it's
fuck.
usually better over undershoot than to overshoot because if you launch a bit too early, you can just slow down your orbit a little bit and let them catch up to you.
Good point.
He said whereas catching up to a target in a faster orbit than you is a lot harder.
In that case, might actually be a good idea to launch now.
He said to quote George Lucas, I may have gone a bit far in a few places.
Not far enough in others. to the point where now Disney just has way too much freedom. Come up with shit that don't make up sense.
He said, oh god, that orbit is all K-Devumpus. He said, I'm a psychopath that gets all my orbits circularized to like within 10 meters, so I actually don't have a lot of experience with. He said, rendezvousing with elliptical orbit craft.
Yeah, well, you know me, I suck at bloody normal orbits. Okay, I might have overcome this a bit. Also cocked up thinking that this bloody pilot knew how to do basic orbital stuff. No, forgot this isn't Jeb or Jill. This is fucking Tatty. Those who don't know why that's funny, Tatty is another word for potato. Why exactly that's funny? I don't know, it just is.
He said that orbit is also a bit tilted too, so, like
No,
that's
no,
going
I'm
to be
already
also
working on
a
that.
self-induced annoyance.
Look at that you mentioned it the moment I start working on that.
He said basically unintentionally made this a very serious test of your navigation ability.
That's not Moonship. Why is that named Moonship?
He said elliptical, eccentric, and out of plane.
That's quite
He
precious.
said also, yeah, watch your periapsy.
Now, are these two going to slowly get closer and closer to one another? Is their speed too similar for it? Oh no, they are getting
He
close.
said go ahead and set the other craft as your target, and maybe open up the purple maneuver tab.
I'm pressing the
He
black hit
said,
button.
and then I click the tab that looks like the two trapezoids kissing. He said going nowhere, fast. He said to set it as target, right click the icon.
to think you have your mouse inverted compared to mine.
Said never mind, you already figured it out. Said by the time I typed that. Said now you may need to do something instead of do nothing. Said otherwise you will. Said just fly past the target.
Right. Slow down the other ship slightly.
Said oh I see you already set nav ball to target mode, good.
That was completely unintentional.
Said you did remember at least a little bit of the rendezvous training. Said that's docking mode, you'll want the purple mode until you're close. Said to be honest I don't actually use docking mode that much, I just use UHJK, which are the normal translation controls.
Oh no, I've taken it out of orbit.
Said you're like 50 kilometers away, you're not going to be starting your docking approach from that far away.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to start over, preferably with a bit more fuel next time.
Said you'll need to start aligning your target relative velocity towards it.
Yeah, I'm going to start over, I think. Hopefully this time I won't have to worry about the bloody drifting. Now I've remembered to put bloody tail fins on it. Honestly, it probably would be the wisest for me to just have them bail out, now that I think about it. Bail out once they've actually started hitting or get near the water. Because we aren't going to be missing out on any science, and it will hopefully ensure that they survive. And honestly, I think this might be too heavy now that I think about it. Okay, yep. Bail! I don't think we want to be losing another pilot, thank you very much. Christian, at last you're on your own. There's just a rock there. Or something of interest. Give another look. Fuck's sake of my nose! It looks like a bean. It looks like a fucking bean. Oh, we got some science. Holy shit. We're slowly recouping what we lost.
He said looks like a rock.
It looked like a bean to me. Shape. Oh well, at the very least we won't have to worry about bloody... him not being catchy. Not knowing how to land properly. At least we got that going for us. Okay, question mark, just
He
all...
said you could also try flying around Minmus if you're really desperate for science juices.
Nah, I'm not desperate just yet.
He said sending this guy home too. Alright,
Yeah.
maybe just pack a bit more fuel next time, and also remember to turn right.
No, the main problem is we veered off of bloody perfect orbit, so it'd be useless. Much.
He said try for like 80 or 100 kilometers, and try to make it at least kind of vaguely circle shaped.
Yeah, just fail. Oh. Or alternatively, the game could lie to me and kill her instantly. Because I thought she was going to be
He
able
said
to
key of rage, stares at
evacuate.
Eva button with malicious intent.
There's some button. You know, I'm starting to think I should actually do autosaves a bit more. Not just autosaves, bloody quick saves a bit more often. Unfortunately, I do believe we have just lost another pilot. Oh, no, we haven't. Maybe. Maybe the game we saved just before the incident. No, it didn't. Oh dear.
Said Autobahn save mark.
You know what? I think I'm going to do a pro next. Less risk. Plus then I'd only have to get fuel to actually meet them up. Don't need to worry about actually landing them again. I didn't even need the bloody evacuator. At least until now. Also, no, I can't exit out
said
of this.
also, how did this somehow end up worse after the save?
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Said yeah, drop chutes are nice, and if you really want to give yourself more room to fuck up, put a second surface chute on.
So we've gone through 2 pilots now, I think, this stream. One from a bug, which I've encountered once before and should have
Said
expected.
compared to the cost of the entire rest of the rocket, a chute and a shield doesn't really cost a whole lot. How much this weighs? Said in our space engineering they have this area called the abort black zone, which is basically the point during launch or re-entry that a flight can't be aborted without being surely fatal. Said Keys rockets, the entire flight profile is just all black zone. Said unsafe at any speed.
Okay, then this ought to work. Let's see just how useless this thing is right off of the bat, shall we? Oh, so this thing doesn't have SAS started right off of the net bat. What the fuck?
Said famously the space shuttle basically the initial launch is the abort black zone, because the shuttle didn't have any kind of ejector seat, so if there was like an engine failure at low.
Give me a moment, I just wanted to see if I need to give this a right thing. Who knows, maybe doing this or...
Said yeah the pod doesn't, the pilot.
Oh, hang on, it just dawned on me. It's a good thing I bloody did this with the fucking thrusters again.
E, said Oa Pro, yeah, you will need some kind of reaction wheel.
Oh.
E, said also, you need a docking port.
Need a docking port? Not what it said in the mission. They go to... No, they just need to be near each other.
E, said if that's what this is for, right. E, said oh it's a contract, okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing the explore Kerbin thing, which has us rendezvous to or wasn't.
E, said I thought you were making a target to dock within orbit without having to use a Kerbal.
I've already forgotten how much it costs. Interestingly, I have to do all of these manually. Partly annoying. Thankfully, it's gotten a decent amount of...
E,
Oh, it's your
said you accidentally turned off staging for them maybe.
Maybe. Because this is much lighter, this should actually be a lot easier to do now. Worst comes to worst, or at least it won't be much in terms of bloody cost, because this thing was cheap as shit. I think.
E, said oh I see this isn't the contract that requires docking I orbit, okay. E, said so it is a target for orbit though. E, said I was right about that part.
I'll try and do a circular orbit this time.
E, said after last series, I tried that different science mod you were using, science here and now, and I will say I like the UI, it's good.
Trying, but I just want to do this bloody thing. For
Said
some
I was
more money.
originally using an older mod, not as good.
trying my hardest, Steph. Because I'm being fucking.
He said the old one was called just Science Alerts. He said okay.
Okay, that's good enough, I'd say.
He said sure, that works, I guess.
More than enough fuel for alterations as well.
He said I was going to say, you could have also burned towards the downwards blue. He said yep, looks good.
Then I'll just cause them to detonate or some shit afterwards, just so I don't have to worry about accidentally running into them, as vast this space might be. Knowing my luck, I still manage it. Okay, I want to wait. That's about here, I think. Okay. Not even kidding, this is the first time I think I've ever actually used these bloody drones for a thing. Maybe keeping these satellites in orbit might be an idea, just because of the connectivity.
He said yeah. I would use manned for this just because I usually have 2 level 1 pilots at this point, so they have SAS.
Me, however, managed to kill 2 of them in this one stream.
He said I use probe cores for like remote equipment like orbital tugs or for station construction. He said free connection yeah. He said I almost never use probes for like actual exploration missions, usually just for grunt work basically. He said for when I need to control a craft and I don't care about having a crew. He said much like this.
wrong bloody button.
Said okay up. You're quite far behind.
It's
Said
starting
so
to have a
try to
load
aim
of-
for a purposely lower orbit.
I thought I was fine. Not drifting!
Said yep like that. Said okay well nope now it's just circle.
Why could this not at least have bloody stabilization? Jesus!
Said when your perigee was at like 100 kilometers. Said that would have been a good intercept orbit. Said how much fuel is in the other one.
About the same, I think. Stop!
Said you could swap to it and then increase the orbit. Like I said, slow down the orbit and then let the other one pass under.
Well, looks like eventually they're going to bloody meet at some point anyway.
Said also remember to set as target so that you get free useful information. Said instead of just having to guess at the intercept.
Yeah, not close enough still. Yeah, I do need to. But this one isn't bloody thing.
Said at the bottom left click that third tab. Said the one that looks like two trapezoids kissing.
What?
Said once you're in purple mode. Said and you need a target selected.
Oh, that. see if I can actually see it.
E said it's grayed out when there's not a target. E said it looks like a pause button, yeah.
Do I want to speed up? Let's just wait and...
E said yeah, that'll tell you how long until the nearest intercept and how far separation it is.
I think it wants one more. Then I can slow this craft down. Or alternatively speed it up.
E said I think you fast forwarded past the intercept. E said because you have to actually go and get to the target.
Oh, is it half hour?
E said unfortunately, the heat death of the universe will not make the intercept work. E said you gotta go and get it.
They're both out of fucking...
E said it won't just come to you.
Oh god, now I need to start over again.
E said it's like love.
Why did I not get that? In solar panels, I hate this bit so much. Right, launch 2 more.
E said oh yeah, I don't think the batteries last 80 years. E said fair point.
This time I'm going to aim for 100 kilometers, I think.
E said the engine coincidentally generates power as well.
Yeah, I know. It's just they were off for so long that the damn thing died. So I can reignite the engine.
E said so as long as you're doing stuff you also regenerate some electricity.
Way too low. High.
E said you might want to blow up one of them just so you don't get confused in the middle of map.
Yeah, I know, I'll do it once I've finished with this.
Said and then make an embarrassing mistake.
Yeah, I'll do it once I've dealt with. fuck's sake! Why did we have to fucking veer? Actually, no, let's go back to the thing and reduce the power of the engines. Up to about, yeah, I think this time.
E said once you reach 100 kilometers, pause before you circularize orbit, and target the other pod first, and then if you see an intercept you can slow down the throttle.
Oh, now it decides to actually work as I need it to. Nice.
E said reducing the power of that to reduce overburn.
Might have done it a bit too.
E said I thought you were gonna do the RCS limits.
I probably should have done that, yes. How long until this is able to bloody sort itself out?
E said year 60 might have been a tad much, maybe 80 a middle ground. E said I think the second probe type has SAS, and the third has prograde and retrograde assist. E said and then the ones after that have everything.
Yes, let's do what you suggested and limit the RTS a bit.
E said also there's the avionics kit, under some research I forget.
Yeah, that's the one that's available. You know, I'm going to do it like that. That looks nicer. And it might also with aerodynamics a tad. It didn't know. That looks a lot. Stay put, Nick! Some music for this. Actually, no, let's do get another folder up. Why not? don't start turning for no fucking reason! Fuck, I was doing so well. Have a... Okay, sorry, that'll do. Oh, fucking... Stop spinning! Get away. And I fucked it. Overcompensated.
He said 1 million dropped frames.
I'll suppose. Good enough. And more than enough fuel with which to compensate. it's fitting they'd said 1 million frame drops and then the game just flat out crashed. Right.
E said yeah, all that happened was the stream froze and then suddenly the orbit was higher, and then the game crashed and now we're hearing about the breaking ground.
My fucking brain completely misread that. I thought that thing was 0.5 tons and that was 0.4. Like, how the fuck is that so much heavier? It isn't. Warning hatch may open. Not what I want. Hang on, Tati's alive. What? But she died. Didn't she? The fuck are you alive? Burnt up during re-entry. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. I am going to complain about the fact that I'm out of orange juice. Apple juice, sorry. Oh well. What the fuck happened to the frames? We've lost an entire 4% of the entire stream's frames.
E
The
said
fuck?
unless that was the one that you reloaded.
No, it wasn't. She's just inexplicably alive.
Said I
again.
have no clue, I haven't been paying attention.
We didn't rehire a new person called Tati. She's just somehow been resurrected. Oh no, I haven't done it too early. Yeah, I might have done it a bit too late now, though.
E said yeah, 4% of a few hours does sound like about the right amount. E said you made a potato joke, I remember.
Icy, what the fuck's going on? Oh yes, with the stabilizations. For a moment I thought I had forgotten to attach an engine. For fuck's sake, we went way off course. Try again! Oh. So do I want to be aiming for this purple thing here first? If we fail this time, we're going to go back to moon landing. Then we'll have another, and then I'll just try and do it off camera. I've attempted this for the last hour and a half, I think. Well, I'm going to give myself a similar amount of benefit of the doubt. Need to go to free this. Hopefully we can use that. However, if it goes further down than we get to half of what we got left, I'll call it off and then just try and land it. Okay, now I better bloody bail.
He said, look how the orange things are getting closer.
Ah, no wonder I didn't see any of it. Vid started posting on the wrong one by mistake. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing her. Okay then.
He said home, well until that happened THATs.
Spin. Yeah, don't worry, Vid. Fine. As I doubt I had the fuel to do it anyway. I'll just do that off camera. You've seen 3 attempts at it already. Let's actually get on to landing on the fucking moon. It's going to take 2 more attempts because I need more science to get the landing things, and then bloody. Good.
He said, oh, you had like 2k.
No, I had like 300. Yes, and I did. I am the one. The kid of me. I am the one. The kid of me.
He said, well before you just suicide the rocket that is.
Keep forgetting that you can bloody recover.
He said you basically accidentally blundered 80% of the way to the solution.
Well, this is flipping bad to look at. Not do that. Let's give someone an epileptic seizure. hurry up, please. Go.
E. Said allergic to seeing fire.
We're going for a ride. We call this one the Brain Melter.
E. Said motherfuckers when they see one candle.
We went under the water then. I thought the fucking thing had crashed for a second. Well, she levels up at least. Right. Enough tatting around at that. Let's go and...
E. Said under the water, please help me.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Help me. Save. Nice mini ship. You know what? I'm adding another thing of fueling. Just to be certain. Actually, no, we already proved that we didn't need the thing, so we're going to go for the more efficient one. I don't know if there's any difference between the single and the double bell, other than the double bell just looking better. Give a chance to respond. No chance to.
E. Said yeah. Ironically I like the single one even though it's actually longer.
Yeah, it just looks less.
E. Said the
stupid.
double bell is smaller. E. Said also yeah you'll definitely need efficiency, with the way you fucking drive.
Oh shit, I just realised I'm wearing this shirt inside out. Fix that quickly whilst the game loads. Yeah, it took me just about as long to put my shirt inside out as it took for the game to load.
said doing the rocket equivalent of our donuts in the parking lot.
I fucking told you to stop recording 2 hours ago, you fuckhead. I think and stop recording. And you can delete the fucking footage. Great.
Said fine rocket by the way. It works. Personal preference, I really love using liquid boosters for some reason.
I don't have access to those just yet.
Said yeah you do. You've got Reliance, and skippers.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were referring to the first stage rockets.
Said oh I almost never use the, whatever it's called, Buffalo. But I do use the 1.5 and 2M first stage engines.
Oh my fucking mind, I was wondering what was going on. Realised I was bloody going in a completely wrong direction. That was stupid of me. I wasted so much fuel with starting over. Oh god. Okay, that was... Fuck me, that's bright.
Said yeah the Poodle has awful acceleration too, so it really struggles to finish the orbit.
No, we managed to get into orbit, it's just I managed to bloody completely bugger up the twin angle. Somehow we started going in that direction. Why are we turning?
Said if I didn't know any better I'd suggest just putting a really tiny extra stage on the bottom with like a skipper or some shit. Said or just like stick a single extra solid rocket on the end. Said yeah but you end up using a lot of the second stage fuel. Said in a non-optimal altitude.
realising now I should have put a separate couple of thrusters here. Oh well. I know for next time. Like, do all three.
He said, oh yeah.
I was wondering why I did that. Not exactly remember.
He said, I don't even try super hard to balance my RCS. I usually just put like at least one set on the tip of every stage usually. He said, and it ends up sort of working out.
We have most likely, like, what if we do it here instead?
He said.
Cool. Like you designed for the lander. Throw that onto ABS quickly. That's what Vid's just shown me. Okay. Launch. Look at what we got.
He said, you put a maneuver on the thing.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that it showed exactly where the maneuver was going to do. Dumb. Fucking... a load of fucking useless fucking maneuvers, eh?
He said, oh yeah, that's just an old screenshot of Minmus rocket.
Yeah, I think I went overkill this. Oh no, I literally pointed out last time that I went a bit overkill on the fucking fuel.
He said, you put a maneuver on your maneuver node. He said.
Okay, you know what, let's start over, get rid of the let's get rid of this pointless second stage, replace it with something a bit smaller.
He said, that's what the purple meant.
Also, considering these are quite expensive each. Are these each? 1,700? Yeah, we're going to do a parachute on each of them as well.
He said, yeah, I was going to say, aren't we supposed to be near the moon?
There we go.
He said, Key deciding to bring less fuel. Brave.
Oh yeah, I flipping established last time I didn't need as much fuel. And I completely forgot, and then I remembered just. Ooh, on the plus side, this KSP series has been getting a few, what looks to be a lot more bloody legitimate viewers, I think. That's away we go.
Said maybe, but if you brought a bit more fuel on the second stage you could maybe get all Una FLYBY, that is slightly less. He said, utterly messed up.
fuck, I was gonna add bloody fusters to that thing, I completely forgot to. Preferably a bit faster than that.
E said this music gives me PTSD of a joke I did in the Valheim edit.
Well, I'm not surprised, it's the exact same fucking music. I can get away with it here because there's zero intention to turn this into a bloody video. And without the music, quite boring. At the very least it's boring for me. That's just not just because it's a bad game, it's just a lot of waiting between you doing this stuff.
Said Key, uses time warp when it's unnecessary, also Key, doesn't use time warp when it makes things less boring.
Okay, I might have done a little bit of a warp.
E said Key you aerobraked for 40 minutes last week.
Well, yeah, that's because the fucking thing kept on bloody...
E said the irony is not lost on me.
Well, yeah, I didn't realise it was going to take so long, sorry. I thought, oh, we'll just do some aero brake. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, let's
E
switch to the
said,
other
oh yeah,
engine.
that's that poodle engine I mentioned.
Went for the wrong engine then. Just a couple of tiny engines right there. Made with maneuverability, but anyway, let's launch once again. Oh no, this is fucking foreboding if I've ever seen it.
E said also honorable. Cursed thruster symmetry. E said spooky rock tree.
Oh shit, I fucking switched the seat by mistake. I just wanted to click onto OBS because something was blocking out the fucking scenes. Also, it was there on the screen for a second, so I might as well. Stonks!
E said ghost ship sent you to David Bowie's locker. E said and yes him stealing that joke from Cyanide and Happiness.
I don't watch that show, I'm much more of a fan of ASDF movie, frankly. the exact same thing, but hey.
He said that one riff in the Hat in Time motif always reminds me of Undertale Heartbreak.
See what you get off. Yeah. Where you coming from, sorry?
He said driving in my rocket, right after a beer.
You know what? I think I might get some liquor at a corner shop for next stream and do bloody
He
question.
said, oh nothing, the orchestral
Fine.
instrumentation just has the same chord progression as that one part of Toriel's boss theme.
Right, my phone is just my leg. It wants to itch worse than if I was to just lie in a bathtub full of itching powder. Oh Christ, that was
He
unpleasant.
said yeah, specifically the second part of the refrain.
Up to that.
He said damn who breaking out the Taraman. It's getting real spacey now up in here.
You know, way too much.
He said sounds like space.
Oh dear, I might have just fucked it up. Would you look at that? Conveniently, it'll also put us on a direct bloody course to land.
He said that's what that synth is called, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Russian instrument, isn't it? Yeah, slightly off the. That's just me in a show, really. I guess I'll get rid of this for now. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Said, oh yeah, I totally wasn't paying attention, but you managed to find the moon. Good job. Said if you want to try burning towards the blue circle that is near the orange, you could get a bit closer to ZE Moon.
I don't think I need to. I think you crash into the
said, oh, we orbiting. Said check your science. Said maybe there's something we haven't done yet.
Yes, there was something I didn't do last time because I made a bloody blunder with the design and blocked all of the science bits. Oh no, that was when we did the failed one, which we had to do over again.
Said or not. Must be over a very common biome like the Midlands or something. Said didn't get lucky and fly over one
you
of the
son of a
craters.
bitch game! Made me think that I wouldn't fucking crash into it. I'm glad I fucking noticed. Tricky bastard.
Said nothing interesting to science in this particular area of moon sadly.
Okay, what's
said
the
well
point?
key the line clearly goes into the moon.
Yeah, but I didn't notice it. What's the button to fucking... Oh my word, I hate this bloody thing. Activate your fucking... Please. Bob, just activate your... What the fuck? Yes, there we go.
Said I don't know what you were expecting. Said brackets to become the ship.
There we go.
Said R4, jetpack.
Oh shoot, I just realised I've got to do a bloody EVA report.
E. Said Alt, for altering your control scheme between relative and absolute.
Right, is there anything else I'm missing? I don't know. Okay, we warped over to there. This time we don't tat around the bloody parachute when we're about to land.
E. Said Bob's big jiggly belly full of science.
Why? Thanks, the second stream in a row you've said something like that a bit. What the fuck? What's with that? I don't want that. Oh well. Be able to correct most of our fuel. Or maybe not. Oh, we're threatening to orbit the sun,
said here
are
I was
we?
going to say. E. Said it'd actually be optimal orbital wise to have done your exit burn when rotating counterclockwise. E. Said the moon is orbiting Kerbin, so you just flew off the moon faster than the moon is moving.
Oh well. Recovering now.
E. Said it's like jumping when on an elevator.
Completely pointless and probably about to cause a lot of problems.
E. Said I actually like to purposely orbit the moon counterclockwise. E. Said because of that reason. E. Said just cause it counteracts the relative velocity. E. Said and makes transfers easier.
There we go. Oh, hang on, did I forget to bloody remove... Yes, I did forget to add a movable part. Whoops! Oh well, I'm sure it's fine.
E. Said Key you're going to burn all 800 meters of that Delta V, so help me God, and you're going to not blow up hitting Kerbin at Mach 12.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've angled it so we've got a very kind angle.
said yeah. Like 10 kilometers maybe would have been good to be honest, just make sure you retro burn.
Man. Probably start doing it now.
E said aerobraking doesn't take 50 years if you do it below like 40 kilometers or so.
Oh, I left the entire... Oh, I...
E said I notice you not retro burning.
It's fine, we're fine.
E said panic.
Don't panic, everything's A-okay. Ignore those explosions, it's just the worthless rocket we wasted. I fucking believe it. Oh no, I just...
Said oh I guess you remembered to put a heat shield on this one.
Indeed I did.
E said that's lucky.
I don't know why, but I really like this bloody...
E said yeah that's why doing that is a good idea usually.
I really like this pod for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe because its silhouette just works, despite the actual components. It just looks good.
E said because you can just fucking pitch your pod into the ground at fucking relativistic velocity. E said and you will maybe not explode. E said most of the time.
How's she going to... I forgot to bloody open them! Jesus! That could have gone horribly. I was like wondering what the fuck, why are they not deploying? I'll tell you why,
here
you
it's a cute
stupid
shape.
idiot. You
The
forgot
balls
to
are funny.
fucking tell them to!
E said parachute jump scare sound effect. E said you could probably replace one of them with a drog if you felt like it.
I don't need to. I don't think.
E said surprisingly, my 3M pod only uses one drog and one main.
I'll give that a go next, I guess. 2 drogues and 1 main. Oh my word, the perfect music for a job good done. Fuck off of my monitor, you stupid bug. Fucking arsehole.
E said you can also pop the heat shield off to save weight, though it's usually unnecessary.
Something tells me that these...
E
all
said
these
might be a
batteries are
useful
totally
trick when
unnecessary.
landing on planets with slightly less atmosphere though.
Should be able to survive without one less. Yeah. Be able to get away with just 2.
E said a nanoscopic amount of mischief.
Yay! The fucking mission we've tried like 12 times so far, we finally did! It only took me floundering around at the last second to fucking show that I need to stop fucking around. Would this be a good one to get first? I also already know the next yet. I think it's this one. Yep. Oh no, actually, maybe not.
E said micro rockets are pretty useless. Aeroshell obviously you said you wanted.
Hmm.
E said doesn't exploration give you something cool? Or not?
Okay, repair kit. Storage unit. Another storage unit. Ability enhancer. That's what we need for a rover. I think this one will be more useful for the first launch to the moon, and then we could go for that one for the second.
E said I'm thinking of electronics.
Yeah, same. Please don't fuck us.
E said yeah, solars are good. E said or you could try getting the field science module. E said it's not awful.
We're still way off of that.
E said but it only has 2 experiment types, orbit and surface. E said it gives a decent chunk though from what I remember. E said in default difficulty, the field science kit gives you 60 data on the moon.
Well, cock,
E
now I
said
regret
75
that.
from Minma's surface. E said only 5 on Kerbin, obviously. said 45 when in orbit of Moon. But again, yeah, it's only one pop. It doesn't have any reusability on future missions. E said I love that the animation for it, by the way. E said have you seen either of them? E said I won't spoil if not.
No, I have not. Actually, no, I'd better simplify it. Have the lander on the very bottom. The fuel right at the top.
E said well, maybe if you get that landing, you can unlock some stuff more, and then you can make a second better lander that has more. E said do hickeys and thingamajigs. E said ironically, you do your moon mission alert sooner than I do. I do alert of low and high orbit science before I do moon stuff.
Yeah, you have far more patience than I do typically, but...
E said however, I usually skip straight to a really small landing instead of doing FLYBYS. E
Actually, I
said
might
and
not
then
even
I
need
just
this
make
strap now that I
subsequent
think
better
about it.
landers over time. E said here you end up skipping orbital science and going straight to moon FLYBY. E said but I end up doing orbital science and skipping FLYBY straight to landing.
No harm in checking that this going correctly. Checking to see if that the legs actually work.
E said interesting configuration. Also hey, you still haven't figured out how to rendezvous.
I'll do that offline, off camera. Because I spent way too long working on that this stream, so... Also, the raft stream
E
going to be a bit
said or
later,
are we
I
doing
think.
the arc? Some of you may die but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Mission doctrine.
Maybe, I don't know.
E said no, I meant, how are you going to get your guys back from the moon?
Yeah, it was just dawning on me that. Not over. The reason I had the Polidori...
Said I notice you accounted for landing but not coming back.
I thought I did. I in fact did not. This stage is for returning. Stage will be for landing. We'll have a bit less fuel. Not like that last time. Each shield
E
obviously.
said there's some way to set your flight engineer to use moon units. Let me check. E said I swear there was maybe not.
Oh, well, we all make mistakes, Red. It's fine. Sometimes we all remember things incorrectly.
E said or it's the thing next to it. The big triangle button.
Triangle? Ah, there it is.
E said for some reason it's under that tab instead of the flight engineer.
I don't know why I even bother looking at this. That means me.
E said yeah, set it to moon mode and it'll tell you about. E said how the stage will work on the moon. E said rather than in Kerbin units. E said E said it changes the numbers on the right hand side staging view so they correspond with moon instead of Kerbin surface.
Yes, but I've never used that information once.
E said that's the useful part.
I nearly went out of my way to get this fucking actual thing, and yet I'm not going to fucking use it. I'm glad about that.
E said so you can more accurately predict how it'll perform for the landing. E said TWR is thrust to weight ratio. Having that be more than 1 is usually good for landers. said big numbers in blue means more coulda. E, said ISP, which is specific impulse, which is basically space gas mileage. E, said it's like miles per gallon but spacier.
No harm in going overkill in terms of fuel this time, I don't think. I mean, we're doing an important in this time.
E, said or kilometers per liter.
No, just for the fun of it, I think once I'm done streaming this, I'm going to bloody look up a drone-only challenge for this game, because that would be bloody hilarious if someone actually managed to do that.
E, said here if anything you might actually end up running out of lander, I don't know, but I'm just kinda not second guessing you.
Always a good idea to that's for me. Oh, we've slightly round up bloody noses.
E, said how would that work though vanilla? Like does the challenge only start once you unlock drones, or do you have to just walk across Kerbin with your bare feet?
I suppose just after it's...
E, said until you get enough science then you're allowed to use drones.
Oh, God. The fuck would you put that pilot bloody engineer? I'm the engineer and I'm the engineer. Again. It's going to turn out that I've forgotten something. I'm calling it now.
E, said Bill is always at the top of the list, ever since the accident.
Both go EVA. You can. Right. Yes.
E, said if you don't manually fill the seats then it just auto-fills from the roster.
Yes, I keep forgetting about that. When you be heading off to Bedford, presumably it's about midnight for you now.
Said also the thing I tried to explain last stream, is you can click the window on the command capsule, it has a hitbox. E, said yeah, I don't have a shower today so I could stay on longer. E, said had some leftover cake.
Okay.
Said like as in the window the physical part, it's weird, it's one of the random features they added late in development.
Yeah, I know.
said also I have literally never heard some of these region theme variants. He said, or is it like the Letterum theme or some shit and I'm forgetting?
No, they're just variants, or remixes rather, I think.
He said it's obviously the, have shipper and conductor motif. He said well now the song changed but, the last one was.
Oh, this one's called The Fire Spirit, the one we listened to before.
He said actually what the fuck is Had Kids ship called?
I have no clue.
He said I just realized I've just been calling it just, the ship, or, the Had ship.
Ask a Kilgore. Mark 14 Custom. Most creative name, but also not the stupidest I've heard.
He said number 15. Burger King timepiece.
Stop fucking opening it. I want to look at OBS, not fucking music.
He said the last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is some Had Kids temporal relic.
You don't say. I'm just jumping down on a flipping nice hamburger from Burger King and then just fucking crack. You've just chomped onto a fucking piece of glass.
That might be what
Maybe.
He said time riff created. He said also you can target the moon for free information.
Yes, I know, but I don't need to. I know exactly
He
that.
said free information of no additional charge. He said you don't even have to do math.
I fudged this attempt up, I'm calling it a day and we'll try again tomorrow, by the way. Mainly because I do need to have a shower before I start that raft stream, and I'd rather get it started about 9-8ish.
E said it's literally free, like Redditors think how communism works.
Focus on the focus on the ship. Thank you. Probably been better off a more equal angle, but hey.
E said, oh yeah, what button is that to swap between planets again?
I think it's hashtag and at. Actually, no. That's just the one to focus on the thing that you're actively piloting from the looks of it.
E said, I was trying to research it but didn't know what the keybind was called.
Wish me luck, lads. Got loads of fuel left, so we'll use that to give us a nice amount of slowdown. Then we'll select the main thing.
E said, haystack and at, you mean like 3 and 2?
No, hashtag and at right next to the enter key. Remember, I'm using a different kind of keyboard to use it. Which is where most of the bloody confusion came from.
E said, RCS noises intensifies.
Now, what would be the optimal speed for landing again, Vid?
E said, oh those ones got it. E said, well preferably probably less than, okay don't quote me on this. E said, I've never really thought about it because I just land it like, well, as soft as I can manage. E said, well, the smallest landing gear have an impact tolerance of 10 meters per second. E
10 meters
said
per-
so, below that preferably.
Oh yeah.
said if you want to land and also have your curveballs
Survive.
optimized. E, set altitude to terrain mode.
Okay, yep, we're moving way too fast, I think.
E, said also landing in the dark, a bold strategy, let's see how it pays out for them. Cotton.
Yeah, it was a bit stupid of me, wasn't it? Yeah, so we were going at an angle. Also slow down my bloody forward momentum as well.
E, said I put a spotlight on mine, since sometimes you gotta land on the dark side. However, yeah.
We would be honored. Join us.
E, said yeah, that funny dial next to the altitude is your friend for situations like this. E, said also if you want to try using RCS to make tiny adjustments in vertical trim, you can press H to thrust laterally.
Okay, thank you for telling me. I was trying to figure that out earlier.
E, said you're just under 2 kilometers up, so you've got some room.
You're going too hot.
E, said you've picked up a bit of drift during the tumble, might want to correct that.
Well, this is not optimal. There goes all of our science. Well, we can still get something out of this. I can at least
E,
land
said
on
yeah,
it.
keep that yellow dial near just under the middle, around the -5 to -10.
Oh, no.
E, said yeah, I was suspecting that the first stage may have been too small.
Just about too small. Oh well, let's see what we can get from the EVA.
E,
Holy
said could
shit,
have made it,
a
but
lot.
only if you piloted perfectly pretty much.
Oh well. Deb's leaving, everyone.
E, said
Or
could
Bob's
have
off.
needed another little micro cylinder of fuel.
I'm leaving. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Well, that's my bad. So close. But that's all I've got time for now. I need to go and have a shower, and yeah, goodbye. Damn it!